Good morning, Monday, October the 5th. Welcome to this little news brief with coffee. My friend, today I am happy to see you again in my second episode of English Hmong or Hmonglish language. And I am here today to share with you some news brief today. What's going on? It's Monday, October the 5th, and a lot of things going on right now. But first, it's important for me to share you with my coffee this morning. This is again the regular French roast. It's a Starbucks brand from Costco. $15, my friend, maybe even $12.99. And brew it, and it's black coffee without any cream. Tastes good. And that's what I like the most. And before we talk about news brief today, I thought I'd share you some of my the biggest cucumber you can find. The biggest cucumber. Did you see? See, it's bigger than my head. And I got a big head, okay? It's long. Look at my face. And this. It's big. It's big. I'm not just saying it. It's big. And this is not a regular cucumber that you will see at the supermarket or store. This is a Hmong cucumber. This is an originated in Asia, and Hmong came as refugee to the United States, and we brought along what seeds, and this is how you got it to grow here. Now, just want to note on this one that usually majority of time, majority people who plant this cucumber here in America, it's not this big, and it's very rare sometime when you got this. Now, this is $5. My wife bought it from the farmer market. Okay, $5. Actually, $3 on this one. There are some other store here in town sell for $5, but this one she bought for $3 from Marysville flea market. If you guys have not visited the Marysville flea market here in California, Yuba County, Marysville flea market, that is where you get all your fresh stuff. We wouldn't go anywhere else. It's cheap and it's and plenty. You can do that. Okay. So today, my friend, I want to share you some news brief today, along with the what's going on in the country, and I wanted to bring it to you in the Hmonglish language, and I'd like to welcome all of you who speak English. It's not your native language, and hopefully this will help some of my friends from Laos and Thailand to learn some English conversation. Don't be shy. This is how you learn to speak English and how you learn to navigate in the world of business. And to be perfect in English is no way unless you're born here, unless you went to school here from the very early age. I came to America when I was 20 years old and couldn't even attend high school. So I went, I took some ESL class at the college level and went from there. So it's not impossible, but it took a while for me to speak, and it took a while for me to be able to navigate my way through education and get a job and went on. So that's on the other topic. But here, my friend, I want to show you today. So the top news today that I want to share as news brief is has tested positive for COVID-19 in the Trump administration. At least we know today, Monday the 5th, and this is from CNN News. At least 10 people in the President Donald Trump family, the U.S. government, and his circle of advisor and recent contact have recently tested positive for COVID-19 or coronavirus. And this is it's unprecedented, really. After just last week when Joe Biden and President Donald Trump just debated, and there's really nothing much going on in the circle about the seriousness of coronavirus. Even if you guys saw the debate, Trump family didn't even wear a mask. Perhaps it's something in the family, perhaps something in the President Donald Trump circle. But whatever the reason is, today, I want to share with you today, as of today's date, October the 5th, folks who or officials and the family within the Trump administration tested positive for COVID-19 are, first of all, President and the First Lady. And then the next one is Hope Hicks, which is the aide to the president or top advisor to the president. Hope Hicks, if you guys didn't know much about, if I'm sure if you're a Hmong person and you might not know a lot going on within the Trump circle, you need to know that Hope Hicks is someone who worked for President Donald Trump before he became president, and it was the closest aide to the president. Okay, the next today just announced the press secretary. Okay, and next to it, it's Nicholas Luna, which is associate to the president, and Mike Lee, which is a U.S. senator from Utah. Mike Lee. Next is announced U.S. Senator Tom Tillis is from Republican from North Carolina. And the next senator who tests positive is Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. And Kellyanne Conway, is the is formal counselor to the president. I believe she's no longer counselor. I didn't know that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't keep track of her because to me, Kellyanne Conway has her own way. So let it be, whatever that is. And the next person is Bill Stepien. Bill Stepien, Trump campaign manager. And Ronna McDaniel. Ronna McDaniel is the Republican National Committee chairwoman. She is tested positive last week. And Chris Christie, former governor of New Jersey. Chris Christie, actually pretty close to President Donald Trump in helping him prepare for the debate. And as you know, Chris Christie has been someone that President Donald Trump turned to for advice when it comes to like debates or things like that. And all of these 10 officials really in the Trump administration and 3 senators tested positive for coronavirus at this point. Now, to highlight just 10 people, it's just something that I want to say today. But please don't forget, there are millions of people in the war, and there are hundreds of thousands, over 200,000 people die from coronavirus in the United States alone. So that's something I want to share in case you missed it. Maybe you didn't pay attention. Maybe you were too busy. It is my my little coffee brief on this Monday to share it with you. Hopefully that will keep you on your toe a little bit when it comes to coronavirus. And from what we all know is that coronavirus, it's not something you can play with. It's not something who it would choose, regardless of your class, regardless of your status. If you are rich, you're poor. If whatever that is, doesn't matter what race you are. It won't stop there. Okay. Now, so I want to share you a little bit today on the 5 thing going on from CNN. Really, what's going on today? Today, my friend, is of course today is the World Teachers Day. There is pretty much in in many states right now, teacher are bad. Also have a rough time keeping their class, and many, like New York City, yesterday I saw a video where a teacher prepped for 9 students expect to show and nobody did. And a little bit depressing, of course, with all of the preparation from the distance social distancing, including in all of those PPE, the prep for the student. But New York City again closed some of their city, some part of New York State due to coronavirus rising again in the state. Okay, so there is not thank you in a word as a big enough. There's not enough thank you in a word big enough for a teacher. And if you use 5 things in your classroom for your planning, consider virtual high five from the 5 thing team. You are awesome, for example. Okay, so here's what else you need to know, my friend. Number one, so President Donald Trump again, it's still at Walter Reed Medical Center. It's after being diagnosed with COVID-19 and could be discharged earliest today. So we don't know. Hopefully, by now that I'm reading you this news, he probably being discharged. Who know? Okay. The weekend was scrambled. This past weekend was scrambled for information about President Donald Trump health. Because contradicting information came out from the White House. Chief of Staff Mark Meadow said a little bit dire situation, perhaps, and or a little bit more serious. But then his physician said something else. And when the reporter asked question, they got a bit different of reaction. So that's what happened. But then the conclusion of everything else is that President Donald Trump maybe discharged today, as early as today. So Trump has received treatment from Walter Reed Medical Center. And what medicine, you might ask? Okay, I share this many times with my Hmong folks in my Hmong show language. And today, my friend, I'm sure most of you are Hmonglish or Hmong who speak English who watching this show. And just so you know, that President Donald Trump is receiving medicine such as remdesivir. Remember I talked to you guys about remdesivir? That one of the medicines that approved to treat coronavirus. Okay, and then the next one that he's being received is it's a medicine called dexamethasone. Okay, and some investigational drug like antibody therapy cocktail to combat the virus, according to CNN. He also took a turn outside military facility yesterday in a motorcade to wave to his fans, wave to his supporter. Shouldn't he do that? Well, he's the president. I have no idea. Maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he should. Okay, it was from inside the motorcade with mask on. Okay, I was surprised. Sorry about that, but now he has no choice, I guess. He also took what it is for several other top Republicans have announced they are also COVID-19 positive, like I just shared with you guys, including Kellyanne Conway. Remember Chris Christie? And the Republican National Committee woman, Ronna McDaniel, assistant to the president, Nicholas Luna, and several senators, so on and so forth. So again, it took to me personally, this is not good news. It took a wrong turn, perhaps to the worst of President Donald Trump presidency when it comes to battling with the coronavirus right now and what's going on in the country. The election is November 3rd, my friend, and today, October 5th. Okay, so it's less than, what is it? Less than 30 days to the election. So I don't know what's going on. Number 2, coronavirus. Country in Europe are seeing spike in coronavirus today. That's highlight of the day. Case elevate and death, including death rates, okay, prompting a new wave of shutdown as regions braces for difficult winter. Can you imagine? Now, just stop there a little bit. Let's talk about this. Yesterday, there was a news article talking about October. This is October to around when United States it actually facing the flu season, and flu season combined with COVID-19 or coronavirus, and the two it's twin pandemic, really. The twin pandemic is hitting us right now, right in our forehead right now. So I don't know about you, but my friend, I don't care what they say. I am wearing this everywhere I go. Everywhere. I was serious, and talking about wearing PPE, wearing your mask, and taking precautions, and even at my little desk at home. Look at this. I have to have everything in, make sure that everything is sanitized and all of that. So I don't know. I mean, we live in a different world right now. Okay. So again, go back to European country right now. Is that bar and cafe in Paris will shut down this week. So if you guys are in Paris and thinking about going to the bar and have a little shot, I think they will be closing down, and the city will go on maximum COVID-19 alert in Paris. The United Kingdom and Germany have both instituted restriction on gathering in highly affected areas. So not the whole country, of course, anywhere. I mean, we live such a big country, and at the same time, like New York City, it's not the whole state are closing right now, but some are closing, like California. Yesterday, I actually went to a fur restaurant in Sacramento. If you guys have not been there, it's called Fur City. Okay, Fur City. It's one of my best. And I stopped by with my friend. And we stopped by for fur. We expect to be eating outside. But then there's a sign said dining is opening. You have an option to dine outside and or inside, and we choose to go inside because we know the restaurant are pretty big, so they put us really far away in the back, not kind of the back room, but way back room. And then we ate fur, first time for months that we ate inside. Okay. And so I don't know. Some part of the country, like in California right now, not all the counties are opening, but numbers of counties are now allowed to open, dining inside, and a little bit more less restriction. Of course, the infection rate is still climbing up every day. Every day it's average about 45,000 in the United States. Folks, people are getting the coronavirus, but the death rate is actually going, steady at pretty low when you talk about back to around May or June or even March. Okay, so with that said, my friend, right now only 3 states are currently showing down trend to infection, and the country just recorded higher daily new case. Okay, that is the U.S. In the U.S. area. In the U.S., the case are around 54,506. It's nearly 2 months. Yesterday's singer Diane, I believe it's Diane Warwick, a former U.S. ambassador for health, hosted a virtual national COVID-19 remembrance. So if you guys have watched that event, to honor more than 200,000 people in the United States who have died from the disease. Okay. Number 3 today, my friend, don't forget Breonna Taylor case. Nearly 15 hours of audio was released last Friday, from the closed door proceeding of Kentucky grand jury investigation into Breonna Taylor case. So, this is not a chaotic in the African American or Black community, along with the police, and how things are going at this moment of time. In the audio, the officer involved said they announced themselves repeatedly before breaking in down the door to Taylor apartment in March. Okay, in the audio, Taylor boyfriend Kenneth Walker III has said he didn't know who was entering the home, and so fired his gun once. That's what happened. And Brett Hankison, the ex-Louisville police detective who was the only officer charged in the incident, said on tape that he fired his weapon because he thought his colleague were being executed in the confrontation that followed their entry. While the audio shed new lights on the case that continued to bring pain to the nation, my friend. Hankison's attorney say it doesn't appear there are any surprise on the tape, because it looked like these are you're already well known, or not well known, but being known to the country and to the authority. Number 4 today, my friend, wildfires. My dear, in my state of California, I tell you, all the beautiful place. When you think about the sun, you think about blue sky, think about a beautiful place and romantic place to be. This is the state I live in. Right now, though, those turn into like smoky environment, turn into kind of yellowish sun. Okay, the sky is more like a pretty smoky sky, and the sun turned into a beautiful red moon, whatever you can call it. And I can see the sun today from my window here. But California Wi-Fi has burned more than 4 million acres this year. 4 million acres. Think about that. But area are facing latest round of deadly blaze may get some much needed rain. Think about this good one. Latest week there's going to be some rain according to the weatherman or woman. I just got a weather forecast without offending anyone. Okay, until then, condition will remain hot, dry, and dangerous. So, new evacuation were ordered in Napa County, where the glass fire is still scorching wine country and is only 26% contained in Napa Valley. Okay, investigators are still trying to determine the cause of nearly the nearby the Zog fires, which has killed 4 people since it began on September 27. More than 16,500 firefighters were battling this 23 major wildfire in the state until last night. Overall, there have been more than 8,200 wildfires in California this year. Woo, 8,200. And they have destroyed thousands of structures and wrecked the region. Air quality, my friend, nothing good around here. Now, wearing this mask, it's not just to prevent me from getting coronavirus. It's also for the air. The air is so poor. I mean, the past few days, fine. Not fine, but better, of course. And 5, the 5th thing today happening, Middle East. Wow, several tense situations among Middle Eastern power are threatening to boil over right at this point. You're looking at Iraq, a recent round of rocket attack alleged launched by Iran backed group has led U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo threaten a diplomatic pull out from Iraq completely. So you guys know. Now, Lebanon is trying to rebuild its fragile economic and political system, which have been destroyed basically by the conflict and tragedy. However, fruitless negotiation between the country politician and Iran-backed Hezbollah ally have halted the progress. Experts think both situations are being exacerbated by international uncertainty as the U.S. approaches its presidential election. Meanwhile, the president of Azerbaijan has all but ordered American force out of his country, saying that it's only way to stop hostile over the dispute territory. So a lot of things going on in the Middle East. Okay. And that is the news brief today about what's going on, really. And a few things I want to share with you guys a little bit here. It's the man, I tell you, right now I'm more worried about in the Middle East, what's going on over there, and whether United States is going to get involved. I don't think United States has any choice when it comes to such a big conflict. It's growing between the Armenia right now, and their leader are plea for the U.S. to get involved in the conflict, which is raged between them and Azerbaijan. Okay, now right now, pretty much what's going on in the Middle East. I want to go there, but next thing I want to share you a little bit today. It's if you're thinking about voting right now. Now, if you have not registered to vote, I'm not sure how, but you need to check with your state of secretary website and your county election office to see what's going on. But if if this fine grandma who is 102 years old, who can cast a ballot with PPE, my friend, then you can. Okay. Now, for our folks, for Hmong folks living in America, voting is one of the rights. One of the rights I'm going to mention again that you have, and this right I hold dear to my heart. It's that I finally have an opportunity and a chance to vote and to participate in an election to choose the leader I believe that will lead this country into a better future than what it was, or at least maintain the order of the nature of the country right now. Okay. At the same time, by voting, not just electing your president and or your representative or senators and elect official in your local and county, my friend, register to vote, also choose, also have your voice being known and vote for proposition. What is proposition? Proposition is law. Okay, law made by your state, like California right now. We have so many proposition, and having the opportunity to participate and vote on those proposition is affecting you directly, affecting you in a way that you can feel it. Okay, so I would do everything to vote. If you have to take a day off, you take a day off. For many people who work in local nonprofit to local government, state and federal government, from what I know, we all have the right to take your time from work to go and vote. And for folks who work for a company, I believe you can arrange it in advance. You can do it by mail right now. Don't wait till last minute. Know what you know what we know this year, what's going on with the mail problem. Okay, mailing problem. I mean, the postal saga, I call it. It's crazy, really. This country shouldn't come to that moment of having a problem with our postal office. So know what you and I know. You should vote early. If you receive your ballot in California, they're going to send it to you, I believe, next week, maybe second week. If you receive your ballot, educate yourself. Right now, the state of California already sent out the proposition information, a booklet talking about all the election. What does it mean for you to vote no? What's the benefit? What's the tech problem it will be? And or it's gonna help you, how gonna help yourself? It's gonna help your children in the future? Yes or no? And what does it mean? You need to read those. You need to educate yourself. I mean, all of us do the same thing. Okay. And vote. That's what I want to talk about today. Vote. And if she can, you can too. That's what I want to share today. Now, beside that, just so you know, this is the event that took place before President Donald Trump, test positive for COVID-19. It was it's a prep. This is an event at the White House, outdoor, of course. Okay, and there were so many things leading to that. And I want to leave with you with this. This is my picture of going hunting and talk about hunting this year in California. There are a lot of complications. You need to be careful. Okay, and the national forests, certain national forests are open for you to hunt in national forests, but all the Sierra Pacific industry lands are closed. So you can't go and hunt there. You will be fine. You will get ticket. You will probably get in some trouble. I don't know if you're gonna be there or not. But when the law said no, when they said no, you don't go. Okay. Hunting is just, to me, it's just sports. I don't go there to be completely serious, but when it comes to safety, I am 100% serious. You do not go to hunt squirrel or deer or bear without wearing at least your orange, I mean, vest, my friend, and or your hat. I see 90%, not 99, but 90% of Hmong hunter do not wear any orange vest and or hat at all. I mean, at all. I crawl into a water hole, looking for a place to to hunt, and I saw several guy, um, with their absolutely invisible clothing, and if they not making a voice or whistle at me, I wouldn't know who they are. Okay, and if I happen to be there, and if I don't be I'm not that careful, I might accident could happen. So I'm just saying, okay. But to me, I take thing very serious, and animal hunt is for food, and and within the law, and nothing more or less. Okay, so that's all I want to share with you guys today. Really, there's lots going on today, but what I want to share with you is just something that all of us, struggling together in this country. Uh, all of these dire situations that I describe it to you, actually not represent this beautiful and powerful country. To me, is we have a lot of good thing going on, in your city, in your local, in your state, and the nation, really. But right now, all the news and all the media actually focus on things that happening, in dire situation. So I just want you to focus, love yourself, love your country, and at the same time, take care of you, your family, and your country at the same time. Okay. So this is it. This is something I want to share with you this morning. And I will see all of you in my Hmong speaking audience later on today at 6 p.m. In the Hmong language show. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.